Okay, good. Uh, let's go ahead and let me check this real quick. Go ahead and raise that just a tad. There, perfect. Okay, and we're back. So I guess it's time for the moment anybody who may be watching this has been waiting for. We're gonna go ahead and dive into some Super Metroid for some fun sci-fi spooks. Definitely, this one is of all the Metroids that I've played. It's definitely my favorite. Uh, but there are a couple Metroid games that I'm very familiar with, but I've never actually played. That would be Metroid Primes 2 and 3, and Other M. So I think those are the only Metroid games I've never actually played myself. Okay, so here are my two files from last time. As you can see, I've practiced this game quite a bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and just I'll just have to remember that this one is my my stream file. Controller setting mode. Shot is X. I don't know. Do we want it to be X? This is one of the problems here, because I'm playing this with the Joy-Con grip. So item select is the select button, but the select button is the minus button, which is right above the joystick, and it's not right in the center like it is on the actual SNES controller. So I'm wondering if I should just change that. Let me see. I'll go ahead and I'll keep the shot as X. Jump is A, dash is B. Make that Y. That seems a little better. Okay. Special setting mode. Do we want moonwalk on? No, we're okay without it. There. Okay.
The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
Oh wow, voice acting. Really putting that 24 megabyte cartridge to its full use. So this is the as it said in the opening the opening splash screen, or whatever it was. This is the third game chronologically in the series, after Metroid. I guess it would now be. I guess now it's Metroid Samus Returns. But Metroid 2. This is after Metroid 2, which was. At the time that this game was released in 1994, Metroid 2 was a Game Boy exclusive, and I believe I still have the cartridge for that somewhere around here. But I have Metro I have the original Metroid 2 cartridge, and I also have Metroid Samus Returns, the remake, the official remake, because there's been a lot of other Metroid 2 remakes since the original game's release. You know, spread out across like fan sites and stuff. So I guess now Samus Returns is the is now like has I guess it's now replaced the original Metroid 2 as like the canon version of the story. Which is fine by me. I really did enjoy Samus Returns. Though I still haven't really gotten around to actually finishing it. I got pretty far in it, and I just kind of put it down after like. I pretty much put down Samus Returns when I started mostly like neglecting my 3DS. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just, since tonight is our variety night, we're not going to be playing this very much. We're going to just see how far we can get in like an hour. And if there's any demand at all for me to actually continue the game, then I'll return to it at a later date. At this point in my whole streaming endeavor, I'm just kind of winging it and seeing, you know, what sticks and what doesn't. By the way, when I was a kid, I actually my brother and I were really kind of shocked to see this part where the bodies are on the floor and they clearly have blood, which was not something you usually saw in an official Nintendo game. All right, and come on, show up. Ah, there he is. There's our good friend. Our good friend Ridley, named after our other good friend, Sir Ridley Scott, the director of Alien. As a lot of people know, this game and its aesthetics owe a lot to Alien, as well as the artwork and concepts of H.R. Giger. Damn it. Okay, good. I was a little worried there. Self-destruct sequence activated, and here is one of the well-known staples of the Metroid series, the trying to outrun a timer, as the area that you're in is about to explode, which is usually placed somewhere either at the beginning or at the end, or both. I gotta avoid the steam. I remember when I played this when I was younger, I would sometimes let the timer run out just to see, like, I don't know, like during sequences like that, I was always curious, like, what would happen if I just waited. Like, I don't know what I expected. Planet Zebes. Right, I don't know if it's Zebes or if it's pronounced Zebes or Zebes. I hear a lot of people pronounce it Zebes, but I always pronounced it as Zebes. Okay. Let's go ahead and save real quick. Yes. Would you like to save? And let's go right. Nothing here. It's easy at this point in the early portions of the game to forget that you actually have a dash. When I replayed this a few months back, I hadn't played it in a long time, and so I had forgotten completely about the dash. So I was just kind of like I was not having a very good time. I'll just leave it at that. What's going on here? Hold on. Are we doing okay on this? Okay, yeah. Probably just the internet. Yeah, like I said, OBS totally changed like their whole layout here, and now like my things are just like all over the place. I don't know what's going on. It wasn't acting up like this. It might just be my internet though. Unfortunately, I'm like many Californians, I'm cursed with Spectrum. Going down. Go over here. So, right here, Zebes is the location that you're in the very first Metroid. So, all of like this whole section right here is the area where Samus fought Mother Brain during the events of the first game. I actually tried to replay the old, like the very first Metroid a little while back, because I was considering streaming that instead, maybe trying to go through the games in chronological order. But I honestly don't think that the original Metroid for NES, I don't think it really holds up very well. Excuse me. It's a little too dated, and I don't normally like to say that any like good video game is quote unquote dated, but I don't like, if you're going to, in my opinion, if you're just trying to get into Metroid, and you want to know where to start, and you're considering starting at like Samus's whole journey from the very beginning, I would recommend actually playing something like Metroid Zero Mission, which is the the Game Boy Advance remake of the first Metroid. It has like all new sprite work, and it's It's got like semi-animated cutscenes and stuff, and it plays a little more like this one. I think they kind of realized that like the old Metroid is just not very fun to really go back to unless you're playing it with like save states and stuff. And they decided to update Zero Mission or the Metroid 1 years ago to try to bring new players into like up to speed with the whole chronology. But I was also thinking about streaming Zero Mission instead of Super Metroid, but I decided to go ahead and play this one on stream just because. Oh shit! Hold on. I need another drink of water. I don't know. Like I was saying earlier, it feels like my throat is. It feels like somebody's choking my throat. There, but I was thinking about streaming Zero Mission, but I decided against it just because I'm much more familiar with this one. I mean, Zero Mission is not really very hard. It's if anything, it's easier than this one. It's just you know, I've beaten this one a few more times, and so it's just like a lot of things are very second nature to me as far as Super Metroid goes. I remember this part. Yes, it scared me quite a bit when I was little. So I would have been 3 years old when this game came out, but I believe I first played it when I was like 8 or 9 years old. So like there was like the Super Nintendo was around for quite a while because when the N64 came out in 96, 97. They also tried to keep the Super Nintendo alive for just a little while longer. So they released the SNES 2.0. I guess it's also, you know, it would also be called the SNES Junior, and that was the one that we often had. Like we would sort of. The way it was in my house is that we would have consoles for a little while, and then we would sell them, and then we'd get another console, and then we'd have that for like 6 months or a year, 6 months to a year, and then we'd sell that one and get a different one. And so we actually had a lot of consoles growing up, but not for very long, just because we like the way it was back then. That's the way it was back then. Is a lot of people were like that. People just kind of didn't really value consoles in the same way that they do now, where they're kind of like, you know, like just like, oh, like these big sort of collector types. It was just kind of like, we feel like having Sega Saturn this week, so let's go ahead and sell the Super Nintendo to some like crackhead or something, and go ahead and get a Saturn, and then when we get bored of the Saturn, we'll go ahead and get an N64. But anyway, when the N64 came out, we also ended up getting the cheaper re-release of the Super Nintendo console, the SNES 2.0, and at that point, a lot of the rental stores were getting rid of their Super Nintendo games, And so it was real easy at that time, if you were a little kid with a small allowance, to just buy a bunch of like used Super Nintendo games. If your family was not wealthy enough to buy a PlayStation or an N64 with a lot of games. So it would have been around 97, 98 when I first played this game. So sometime like 3 to 4 years after it came out. Kind of zoning out here. Let me see. I'm still kind of getting used to being able to play games, even games that I know. Excuse me, while chatting on stream. I kind of wish I had a co-host, but I don't know who I would really get as a co-host for this kind of thing. I'm very what's the word? I'm very particular in my desired talking points. So like I don't feel like I bounce off of people very well. I usually end up dominating discussion anyway, so it's like, why even bother getting a co-host if I'm just gonna, end up, basically just talking mostly about what I want to talk about the whole time. I'd rather just not run the risk of being rude to one of my friends. Come on, there. We got the morph ball bomb, so that's good. And here we're also going to fight our first boss, or second boss if you don't count Ridley. The Chozo statue here comes alive, and then you have to kind of do that. I'm probably gonna die right here. I have a feeling that I'm not gonna do too well. One thing about this Chozo statue here is, we were talking very briefly earlier about the influence of Alien, of Ridley Scott's Alien and H.R. Giger on Metroid's aesthetics. I have a weird feeling that there might be another movie that people don't really know much about that may have influenced some of the aesthetics here, and that would probably be, if I had to guess, oh my god, go away, that would probably be Night of the Blood Beast, which is an old it's an old 50s like schlocky, kind of hokey sci-fi movie. It's one of Roger Corman's productions. But the movie Night of the Blood Beast is one of the movies that some people believe may have helped inspire Alien, along with stuff like Terror from Beyond Space and The Thing from Another World. With those two latter movies, I'm pretty sure Alien screenwriter Dan O'Bannon, I'm pretty sure he has already admitted that those movies influenced his script for Alien. But Night of the Blood Beast is a 1958 sci-fi horror film about an astronaut that comes back from space, and he's been sort of impregnated, so to speak, with alien spores, and the progenitor of the spores is sort of stalking has come down with him as well, and is stalking the protagonists. And the thing is, in Night of the Blood Beast, the Blood Beast, the titular monster, actually looks a lot like the Chozo statues in this game. And I guess in the other Metroids. It has, like, if you actually look up the monster in Night of the Blood Beast, it almost looks exactly like the boss we just fought, with the beak and the big bulging eyes and the round kind of head. And it makes me wonder if the developers and the designers for the Metroid series, if they may have been a little familiar with that old Corman picture. I mean, it's not like I'm not saying it is, but you know, it'd be interesting, because a lot of people, like, I'm always more interested in I guess in the influences that on things that people may not expect, or not, like, the average person might not notice. So a lot of time, and also, I mean, I guess I consume a little too much media, so sometimes I might even see influences that are probably not there, just because I've watched so many old horror movies or old sci-fi movies and stuff. But I just think that's a weird, if it's just a coincidence that the Blood Beast monster, the Night of the Blood Beast monster, and the Chozo statues kind of look alike, then it's a very funny coincidence. But like, it's kind of like, because a lot of the think pieces that you see on YouTube and stuff, people will kind of repeat a lot of the same Wikipedia points. It's like, oh, like, did you know that that Alien helped inspire like the aesthetics of Metroid? It's like, yeah, it's pretty obvious for one thing, and it's like pretty much all Japanese science fiction of the 1980s and the early 1990s was inspired by Alien in some, or if not inspired by Alien, then inspired by H.R. Giger's artwork, more or less. Like, a good example is R-Type. R-Type, the arcade shooter R-Type from IREM Software. That game pretty much just rips the Xenomorph, just rips off the Xenomorph straight up to create one of its first bosses, and almost every other outer space themed horizontal shooter of the 80s and the 90s was inspired by R-Type. So by extension or by relation, they were also inspired by Alien, probably inspired by Alien and Giger, whether they were consciously imitating it or not, It's just like, it's, so like I'm more interested a lot of times in exploring possible influences that that aren't just the same thing that you can read on any online article, or just hear repeated on all the same, like history of X or Y videos on YouTube. Even if those influences, those influences are just a coincidence, it's much more interesting to explore that possibility than just hearing the same old thing. Over here, get the map. Excuse me. I don't know what it is. Sometimes when I stream, I just I can't stop burping, and I wish I could control that better, because it sounds just, at least I feel like it's kind of disgusting. I pride myself on being being very hygienic. Get over here. Get over here. Got it. Maybe those are just, maybe a lot of times it's just nervous burps, because honestly, I actually don't really like talking on stream. If I'm being honest, I do it because other people like it, and or seem to like it, and also, I mean, it's honestly, if I expect to find a broader viewer base, I kind of have, you kind of have to follow the trends just a little bit. It's just so it's like, okay, I don't really like giving live commentary very much, because I'm the kind of person that is much more I guess obsessive, you could say, when it comes to checking checking everything they say, which is kind of an OCD trait, but I don't really like giving live commentary very much, as opposed to writing and proofreading an actual script. But I'll do it if I have, if I feel like that's what more people want to hear or see. But I think sometimes it makes me a little nervous, so it maybe sometimes the weird constricting of my throat, or the weird the weird sort of gurgling or burping that comes up in my throat. Maybe it's like nerves. Ugh. Damn it. Get up. Get up. There. You have missiles? Yes, you do. Okay. So now over here, just avoid the firefly things, because they light the way for you. And go down here. And recharge our missiles. Jump up, jump, jump. Back. I think the Brinstar theme, one of the things that stands out about this game, one of the things that stands out about Super Metroid for a lot of people is the music, and I think the Brinstar theme is probably my favorite of all the the music in this game because it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of, it's got like these nice orchestral kind of synth strings going on, but it also has a bit of a funkiness to it. A lot of the other tracks in Super Metroid are a lot more ambient. This one's a bit more like, you know, with a little mastering. It feels like it could just be an actual like an actual like down tempo kind of rave sort of track. Okay, so what do we do next? We jump up here. Gotta go this way. If I remember correctly, there's the first or the third boss up here. Basically, the bosses in this game could be divided into the like sort of mini bosses that are necessary in order to progress to a different area, and the 4 or 5 like pirate bosses like Kraid and Dragon, you know, Dragon and Ridley that you have to fight in order to unlock the final area. Here. Okay. There you are. Give me that. I'm gonna go ahead and farm some supplies here. Come on. Give me the health. Gotcha. Come on. Get up here. There. Okay, I think we're good. Oh boy. These guys. A lot of the flying enemies in this game, these sorts of games are, you know, the Metroidvania games, they're a freaking pain in the ass. And look at that, we're back down to like no health, so we gotta go back. Come on. Maybe these guys will give us something. Get up. There. There. Okay, we're good. Let's go ahead and press forward. Ah. Give me that. I keep accidentally pressing Y to shoot because it's just, I don't know why X is the shoot button. That's even on a Super Nintendo controller, like making that the default X button is just kind of awkward, or the default shoot button is just kind of awkward. But I try to keep the default controls usually just because, I don't know. I sometimes feel like playing, I guess I have this complex where sometimes I feel like playing too much with the controls, like somehow is like cheating in some ways. And I know like consciously that isn't really the case, but I just sometimes can't really shake that thought. So I just instead of stressing about it, I just, oh, whatever, I'll just play with the default controls so nobody can sit there and be like, oh, well, you piece of shit, you know, you can't change the controls to to suit your to suit your liking and not feel awkward. You're... Ugh. Okay. Ugh. Enemies never drop health when you actually need it. God damn it, stop opening up that high. Ah, I'm gonna die here, I know it. God, just give me some health, you pieces of shit. What an exciting boss, huh? This boss is pretty lame, I'm sorry. Oh, now you give me that. Ugh. There. Ugh. Please end this. Oh my god. Come on. Damn it. There, okay. Finally. Ah, what a what a boring fight. It doesn't help that the music is just like, you know, just like really monotonous, but whatever. We're done. We're done with him and we don't ever have to deal with him ever again. Now we can get back to the actual, like, fun. Okay. We have the super missile now, which is always fun to use. Is this the one that I have to do that? No, he doesn't do that. There might be something I'm missing here though. There's all sorts of secrets, but we don't need to find all of them right now. Right now, let's just go ahead and try to make some decent progress in the next half an hour or so. Not doing so hot. here? Now, is there a secret here? Nope, nothing. Okay, so, off there. I have to take a break real quick. I'll be right back in like 10 minutes. Or not 10 minutes, like 5 minutes. Because I have to use the bathroom. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. So, I always feel better when I'm empty. So, get over here. So, the next area we have to go to, if I remember right, we can't open that door yet. First things first, we should go up and save real quick. So, here, up here. Oh, this part is interesting. See, now the actual intended way for you to get across here is to wait until you get the grappling hook, but I believe, if I remember right, there was a way that I off there. Okay, there was a way that I did it before where I actually got up here much sooner. I think I had like the ice beam or something, and I froze. I just froze the guys that were right here, and then leaped on them and found a way to get up there. There's a lot of things like that in Super Metroid where you can just kind of, you know, sequence break the game, and bypass things that you weren't necessarily intended to bypass so soon. Yeah, I guess you could call that a speed strat. I'm not, like I said, I'm not like, I've said it plenty of times before that I'm not like really big into speedrunning or even really a huge fan of speedrunning, though in certain games like this, you know, it's always interesting to see various ways to shave, like how people shave time. I think it just depends on the game. It really does. Like, I think some games are built for like devising ingenious ways to speed through, and other games are not. And I don't know. I mean, I guess it's interesting to see how like how you can break a game, but at the same time, I don't know, some games I think it's just like, okay, like, yeah, it's cool that you found that glitch that lets you run through the wall and just bypass the, like, 50% of the game, but I don't know, is that really fun? I mean, is that really, like, I mean, I guess it just depends. It just depends, really, I think, on the kind of game you're playing. Some games, it's just like, yeah, it's interesting to know, but I don't really care because it doesn't make the game more entertaining. At least not for me. I think though, some people just kind of like also just like to, you know, they like to see, you know, they have a more like what's the word, like a more technical interest. You know, they kind of want to, it's not so much about playing a game as intended as it is about just kind of learning what the developers maybe forgot or had to ignore or you know, or leave in, or like what the developers had to hope nobody would be able to notice as they were trying to get a game out by its release date. So I mean, yeah, it just all depends. Like, I've just never, like, I think it's just like stuff like trying to speedrun RPGs that are basically meant to be game, you know, like trying to speedrun like an RPG that's sort of intended as a, that's sort of intended as a as an experience, as like an experience you're supposed to soak in, you know, and just kind of doing it not because you really enjoy it, but because you're just looking for meaning, you know, meaningless gamer cred. Okay, so hold on a second. Let me put a suspend state here real quick because I feel like I'm going a certain route where I get stuck. And I don't want to have to reset the game if I end up making a mistake here. So okay, no, I know what happened. So, a few months ago when I was playing this game, I hadn't played it in a long time, as I said. So I forgot about the dash. So what happened was I kept getting stuck here because here's what happened. So you're running, and I knew that you needed to dash across this, but I couldn't find like the hyper dash because you don't unlock it here yet. So I kept getting, like, I was stuck on this area for like 2 hours trying to remember what I was supposed to do, because I would come back here, right? And I would get over here and you can't get through. You can't open the door anymore. So I had to keep resetting the game because like I was like, okay, so maybe I clearly don't need to be here yet. So I'll go back, and then I would go back. I couldn't open this door, so I'd have to reset the game. I'd run around, I'd not find anything, and then I'd come back here to explore again and try to figure out what I'm supposed to do. And I couldn't figure it out, and then I just suddenly remembered that, like, like I suddenly had this epiphany, like, wait, hold on. I can dash if I hold the B button down. So instead of this happening over and over again, you just hold down B and run across. And it took me like 3-4 hours to figure, like somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 to 4 hours to remember that. So I'm really glad that I wasn't streaming or recording that, because it would have just been embarrassing. Like, I don't mind getting stuck on games a little bit. You know, I don't like... Sometimes too, I'll even intentionally let myself, like, die in certain things just to be able to show off, like... No, get away. Just to be able to show off things, like I've said, I like to play these kinds of games like a competent newbie, even if I know a game in and out, because I just think it's more entertaining. Like I want to sort of balance that, like have things balanced to where I'm playing a game in a competent enough manner that people who just want to watch mostly the gameplay, you know, aren't like getting all frustrated, because I know what that's like to watch somebody play a game that you know and just make extremely irritating mistakes over and over again, and I don't want to have to put anybody through that. Oh yeah, I forgot I had the charge. I got the charge beam, but you know, I know what that's like, and so I don't want to put anybody through that. But at the same time, you know, like sometimes it's you know, mistakes can be entertaining in moderate doses, and so I kind of try to find the best way to balance things. No. There. Jump up. Jump up. Do I get up there now? I can't remember. Ugh. I guess not yet. But isn't there something over here? No, I'm probably misremembering, but okay, so let's go ahead and advance. If we get far enough in this game, remember this room. That's all I'm gonna say. So before we go down here, let's go this way. Right, there we are. So let's see. I don't think we can... Actually, I don't think we can actually make it here yet. We need like a higher jump or something. But yeah, that's the area where Kraid is, if I remember right. No, nothing. Up. And save point? No. I don't think you can actually do this yet. No, you need the hyper dash or whatever. So go ahead and go down here. Go back up where to where we came. And let's go left or right. Nope. Man, I'm pretty beat, but you know, I I was debating whether or not I wanted to stream tonight, but I was like, no, you know, I'll tough through it even with like 4 hours sleep, just cause, you know, gotta uphold my commitments, you know what I mean? I know the way I am. If I miss, like, a lot of times if I miss one deadline, then I just kind of like, whatever, and then I end up slacking off, and I don't get stuff done, and then I get mad. Here. Go this way. I don't think I can get up there yet, can I? Well, I think I can. High jump boots, there we go. Oh, okay. I probably should have pixel scouted, I guess you could call it. Probably should have pixel scouted there instead of doing it the hard way. That's pretty much the it's pretty much the story with me in these kinds of games a lot of times. So now that we have the high jump boots, we'll go ahead and go this way. Oh wait, gotta kill this thing. There. Now, is there anything down here that I need to... Go ahead and save right here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just leave this area for now, because I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and fight Kraid, and then I'll probably end our session there for tonight. And then, like I said, if there's any demand for me to come back to this, then, you know, I'll come, you know, or, you know, if the archive gets some extra views or something like that, I'll come back to it. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just, you know, save, you know, it and just play through the whole thing over the course of October. I mean, if it's like one of those things where it's like I'm thinking, oh well, you know, I'll play what I want to play, but I'll keep playing what I'll keep playing more often the stuff that gets views. But then it's like, wait, I don't even get views. So what does it matter? There is something here, right here. Here we are. Oh, I forgot about that. So if you have the charge beam charged and then you suddenly go into a morph ball, then she lets loose a bunch of the morph bombs at one time. Ugh. I don't think I want to come down here yet. Gotcha. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go back because there are a couple little things that I want to get before the boss. And we may as well get them now. Here? Was it here? Got it. Here we are. Save point, but I seem to remember... Yep, there it is. So, we don't have the thingamabob yet. The, like, X-ray vision. Oh, okay, so... I'm gonna have to come back here later. It's a shame there are no, like, waypoints you can put on the map. Like, waypoint markers to remember, like, secrets you find early. Here. Double sure that there's nothing here. Okay. Give me that. I'm a little low on health. I hope I can do this. Wait. Wasn't there something here? I'll go ahead and... Nope. Give me that. Okay, so... I feel like there was another secret over here somewhere. Oh, that's cool. It looks like eyeballs. So maybe this is another thing I'm misremembering, or maybe it's in the next room. Maybe Kraid's not. Maybe like Kraid is actually 2 rooms down, not 1. Yeah, here it is. This is what I was thinking of. Perfect. Oh yeah, that's right. Tonight's trash night, so I'm gonna be hearing homeless people digging through the garbage all night. Poor friend. Ah. Gotcha. Okay, here he is. Here's our big boy. Here's our big green-scaled man. Is Kraid a dude, or is I don't know. I was always confused with Ridley. There, like when I was younger, I wasn't sure if Ridley was supposed to be a male or female. For some reason, I was inclined to think Ridley was female for the longest time. There. Got it. Just hit the eyeballs and get his mouth. No. 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 Get up. Ah, f***. Got it. Got it. Come on, you fat bastard. Damn it. Gotcha. Damn it. Come on. Come on. Ugh. Ah. Stupid stupid stubby T-Rex arms keep getting in the way. Jump up, you stupid bitch. No. Damn it. Oh well, we'll try it again. Like I said, I keep instinctively pressing Y as my shoot button when I keep forgetting it's my item select or item cancel button. Oh my god. No, no, we're not doing that. Oh my god, I did it again. Ugh. Like I press Y to choose my missile, and then I press Y again to try to shoot it, and I don't know why I keep doing it. I think it's because, like, you know, 98% of all Super Nintendo games use Y as the fire button, but for some reason Super Metroid decides no, we're gonna make X the fire button for some reason. I mean, I can change it. Just didn't feel like it. Okay. Go over here, jump down. Okay, come on. Slow down. There we go. Ah, crap. Alright. Making better progress here. Jump up. Okay, like, hold on. I think I remember the strategy here. Ugh, damn it. No, no, jump up. There. That's kind of what you need to do. You kind of have to... Ugh. Kind of have to ride those things he shoots out of his chest sometimes. No. I'm just gonna stay right here. I'm not gonna even bother getting close to him. Ugh. Come on. God damn it. There. You. So that was the solution. Just spam missiles. Just spam missiles with no sense or aim whatsoever. And eventually you'll win.